Michiana. This is ABC 57 News with breaking news.
Well, it's Thursday, August 4th, and we come on the air this morning with breaking and devastating news. I'm Rich Bodee. Indiana District 2 Republican Congresswoman Jackie Walorski and two staffers were killed in a car crash. For nearly 2 decades, Wolorski served the people of Indiana. She was the ranking member of the House Ethics Committee and a committee member for Ways and Means. Wolorski was born in South Bend and a graduate of Riley High School. She attended Taylor University and graduated in 1985. Then she came back home to work for the people of St. Joseph County. But on Wednesday, Wolorski's vibrant life was cut short. The crash happened here near State Road 19 and State Road 119, just north of Napanee, around 12:30 p.m. Police say a car traveling in the opposite direction crossed the center line and collided with Wolorski's car. The 58-year-old Congresswoman was not alone in the car at the time of the crash. She was riding with two staffers. According to his LinkedIn profile, Zachary Potts, an IU grad, was Congresswoman Wolorski's district director at the U.S. House of Representatives and the chair for the St. Joseph County Republican Party. He was just 27 years old. Emma Thomason was Wolorski's communications director. She was only 28. We'll continue to remember Congresswoman Wolorski and the legacy she leaves behind all morning long. But another major story that we're following is the weather. As you wake up this morning, many people still in the dark thanks to last night's storm. So here are the power outages across Michiana right now. In Berrien County, 1,983 people now waking up in the dark this morning. In Cass County, there are 409 outages now. And at last check in St. Joseph County, 144 people don't have power this morning. And that wasn't the last we'll see of the rain this week. ABC 57 First Warning neighborhood weather meteorologist Macy Tetrick is tracking that out for you as you get ready to head out the door. Macy, we heard some rain earlier. Is there more coming today, though?
Yep, there will be a little bit more rain showers here to make it through. Luckily, our severe threat from yesterday has wrapped up. And really, right now, we've actually seen some improvements here in Michiana, even just over the last few hours. Take a look at live Doppler radar. This is kind of a wider view of it, so you can tell not really a whole lot of rain we're going to be dealing with, at least this morning. Most of us dry right now, although zoom in even more and you can see a few of those showers making their way from Fulton County into Kosciuszko County right now. So some of you may actually need to use the umbrella this morning. Others, while you won't need to use an umbrella, I think take it with you here because rain does look a little bit more likely once we get to the afternoon and the evening here. Not a washout by any means, but I'll just put you on standby for you and your pup to get outside here this morning. As you do get out the door though, as far as our temperatures, you'll notice it's warm and very, very muggy here today. Temperatures not too bad in the lower 70s, but it just feels damp. It feels sticky out there because of that humidity. And unfortunately, it's going to stay pretty muggy really as we wrap up this entire week. Some good news though, today not quite as hot as yesterday as we're only going to warm up into the lower 80s. So there's a little bit of good news for your Thursday. I'll continue to track those rain showers for you. Plus we'll talk about the weekend coming up here in the forecast.
Let's get back to that breaking news now. Indiana District 2 Republican Congresswoman Jackie Walorski and two staffers were killed in a crash. Many are remembering her and paying their respects, including Elkhart 1st District Councilman Aaron Mishler.
We didn't agree on everything, but I respected her, and she respected us across the aisle as well. And so seeing something like this happen, it's truly tragic. I don't wish this on anyone. And my deepest condolences to her family and all those whose lives were taken in a tragic accident.
She'd always ask, particularly from our family, how the boy's doing. She was very proud of my son, but he played in the NFL and had a Super Bowl ring, and he autographed a picture for her. So it was just a down-to-earth person who happened to be a congressperson. And again, for her and everybody else involved, it's a very horrific thing.
And you just heard from St. Joseph County Commissioner Derek Dieter. He's one of many people who tell us she always cared about the people in her community. Jackie Walorski is a lifelong Hoosier. Born and raised in South Bend, she and her husband Dean previously spent 4 years as missionaries in Romania, where they started a foundation to provide food and medical supplies to impoverished children. The Congresswoman also worked as a television news reporter in South Bend in the late 80s and as a development director for colleges and universities in Indiana. She was raised with the Hoosier values of hard work, determination, and public service. She brought those values with her in her service to the 2nd District of Indiana. As the death of Representative Wolorski continues to be felt across Michiana, it's not just leaders that are remembering who Wolorski was and what she cared about. ABC 57's Emily Arnold joins us live outside of the Congresswoman's office in Mishawaka, where a tribute continues to grow this morning. Emily, what are you seeing there, and how is the community reacting to the tragedy?
Good morning, Rich. I am outside of Jackie Walorski's office in Mishawaka, and I've seen these flowers sitting here and this candle right behind me have been here all morning. I just spoke with a boy named Zachary who came and presented another card and a bouquet of flowers that he bought, and he shared with me that Jackie's husband was actually his music teacher in school from the past. So Jackie and Dean, her husband, both taking on roles in their community and helping the people in those communities. I've been sharing updates and reactions from community members on social media all morning, and I want to take you to another Facebook post I found real quick. This one comes from Christy Nome on Facebook, who is also a politician, but says she met Jackie when she actually mentored her when she first came into Congress. She mentions that they worked together on the Ways and Means Committee on tax cuts. She says, I could always count on her to be matter of fact, tell the truth, and used common sense. I'm shattered that her work here on earth is done, but grateful that she's with her Lord. She says that they are praying for her family and for the families of the staff members that also passed with her yesterday. Now, both Jackie and Dean, as I mentioned, had various roles in their communities and wanted to give back. So this loss is being felt not only right here in Mishawaka, in the Michiana area, but across the whole state and just across the country here. I'll keep you updated on more reactions in the next half hour of news. For now, live in Mishawaka, Emily Arnold, ABC 57 News.
We're continuing our breaking news coverage of the sudden death of Congresswoman Jackie Walorski. She and 2 staffers were killed yesterday in a car crash. We're looking at the legacy she leaves behind now. Wolorski worked tirelessly on Hoosier safety. One of the ways she did that was by introducing the Max Strong bill to strengthen bus stop safety laws in Indiana. It came after a horrific crash in Fulton County that took the lives of 3 siblings. Here's what she said at the time.
There's kids getting killed every day. We are tired of this. This should never happen again.
And the Congresswoman was also working to address the national opioid crisis, which is still hitting Michiana hard. This June, she spoke about the importance of funding a response to the crisis and uplifting families impacted by it. She questioned if enough was budgeted for Health and Human Services to address the growing problem.
Now more than ever, we must make wise decisions to address challenges Americans are facing in Indiana, in my district, and across the country. From combating the opioid crisis to uplifting families. Like many Americans, I have serious concerns about this administration's failures when it comes to all of these major crises.
Wolorski also helped pass bipartisan legislation named after Michiana Dr. Todd Graham. That came after he was killed by a patient for not prescribing opioids. The legislation helps improve access to other non-addictive pain treatments. And the Congresswoman was also a lifelong pro-life advocate and a staunch protector of the unborn. Wolorski didn't hold back her excitement the day the Dobbs verdict came down this year. Here's what she had to say that day.
And we're going to see in our day, the unborn are going to live. What's going to happen from this moment on? And they deserve the American dream.
Other topics Wolorski was passionate about include immigration, national security, and the economy. Her main goal was to better the lives of Hoosiers every day, especially in the laws she helped write. One of those being the VA Scheduling Accountability Act. That requires VA facilities to certify annual compliance with scheduling. It came after an investigation confirmed improper scheduling at a VA clinic in Peru. And almost a year ago, Congresswoman Wolorski and I had a planned interview to discuss COVID-19 and some other topics of concern. 10 minutes before the start of our interview, explosions rocked Kabul airport as U.S. forces were evacuating Americans. We pivoted and discussed the turmoil unfolding live in real time. Wolorski, who prided herself on ensuring Americans were safe from the growing threat of radical terrorists, told me this at the time.
What does this mean for global terrorism? Are we less safe now because of this?
We have unsettled our own country. We are very much more vulnerable than we ever have been. We've unsettled the entire Middle East. We've unsettled Israel then as well with their issues with Iran. We've provided weapons enough for the whole Middle East to be able to buy, sell, and trade on how they want to more effectively use higher grade weapons against us and our partner Israel.
Wolorski went on to thank veterans for their service to our country as we neared the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Jackie Walorski, a hometown Hoosier, gone at 58.